Hello and welcome to a new series or set of reviews that I want to do on this channel. We're going to be taking a look at the G1 Season 1 toy cast. Now, we're going to go by the catalog and we're going to add some new faces here and there that you usually wouldn't see in the G1 toy cast. But going by order, here we have Studio Series 86 Brawn. Now, I really don't like this figure, at all. I think he actually kind of sucks, which is weird given the praise he usually gets online, but I don't know. I just think he's alright. So, let's take a look at his accessories. And let me just pull them off here. Okay. So, he comes with his blaster, pretty standard, black gun, and that's it. Unless you count the spare tire on the back, which is proven. Okay, wow. So yeah, spare tire on the back. It's got a 5mm port to slot in, a 5mm hole, and a 7mm peg to fit those two together. Just goes right in on the back. Now, he does look alright. He looks like Brawn, but personally, I just feel like his legs are just a bit too bulky, and I don't know. Something about his shoulders being like so low, and the fact that they're ball joints, it just screams a bit cheap in my opinion, because other than Windcharger, who I'm not going to be using in this set of reviews, he's actually going to be something different for Windcharger. Other than Windcharger, Power of the Prime's Windcharger, he's the only one in the entire G1 Season 1 cast who doesn't, or who has ball joints, which is pretty annoying. Speaking of ball joints, we should probably move on to articulation. So, articulation. Brawn has a swivel head, very tight on mine. It's just QC. He has ball jointed shoulders, still kind of angry at that. He has a 360 bicep swivel and a little over 90, or actually I should say in between 90 and 180 degree elbow bend. The wrists can go in, so that's mostly for transformation. Has a waist swivel that kind of gets interrupted by the backpack, but if you can work around this if you keep the backpack up. The legs can go that far forward, that far back. Thigh swivel, knee bend, only 90. The ankle pivot is kind of weird and kind of awkward. And you even get a faux ab crunch, but that's really for the transformation, but you know, it is what it is. So, articulation is not the greatest. I don't know. The articulation is just alright. Personally, I don't like it. Yeah, it does what it needs to do, but it's just boring. So, yeah. In my opinion, it scores, I would say, like a 4 or a 5 out of 10 in terms of the robot mode. I really don't like how this looks or how it poses. Like mentioned before, the shins are just so wide, while the thighs and the feet are so small. And then the backpack, oh my gosh, the backpack. It's just ugly. It hangs out so far, and like the windows don't line up. I mean, if it was smoother out, it would look really cool, but it just doesn't. I do like, however, that the wheels do like come together like this. That's mostly because of the Siege Hound engineering, which we will get into in a second. But overall, I just really don't like this. Up until recently, I never really liked Brawn as a design, but this just takes me back to when I didn't like him. He's just meh. I don't know. I just don't really like him. And for scale, here's Brawn with some stuff that most people would have. Moving back. Here he is with Core Grimlock, Deluxe Blue Streak, Voyager Hauler, Leader Blitzwing, and Commander Optimus, who is pretty tall, so I actually had to move the camera up a little bit. So that was Brawn in his robot mode. In my opinion, not a great figure. And it only is going to get worse from here, as he has, in my opinion, the worst vehicle mode out of this entire lineup. So, let's get into that, I guess. So on to transformation. To transform Brawn, first, we're going to take his hands, fold them in, open up the chest, swing around the front grille, take the backpack, unfold this panel, fold in the heel, unhook the inside of the legs, swivel around the waist. Oh, and I guess collapse this back in. Pull out the arms and swing them down on these hinges at the base. Now what we're going to do is bring the ball joints down, keep swinging the arms down, then just going to shove them into this little cavity, turn the forearms around, click them together, and then tab them into these little tabs on the thighs into this little tab in the hand. So there we go. Then what we're going to do is swing around what used to be the legs. Make sure to fold the toe forward, and these will just click into place on multiple different angles. Do the same on the other side. Make sure everything's lined up. Bring down the backpack, tab it in at the base as well. Now my copy doesn't really like anything to hold together, so you know that's very great. Especially these on the hands and the legs. This at the back, and these at the front. None of it likes to tab together, so you know. That's real cool, you know, but whatever. We got Brawn in his vehicle mode. So, Brawn in his vehicle mode is just abysmal. Like, this thing just sucks for so many reasons. Like, the messy as hell front grille and sides, the back window being unpainted, as well as the gas cap, and the hollowness and the gap. I don't know. This thing just sucks. And mine doesn't want to tab together. So that's fun. Overall, I really don't like this, like, at all. And I genuinely think that this is the worst of the worst when it comes to Transformers. This is Hasbro at their worst. And I see so many people praising this figure. This figure is just not good. In my opinion, this is one of the worst figures of 2024 that I purchased. So, yeah, I genuinely don't like this. In terms of vehicle mode, I say it gets a 2 out of 10. Yeah, a 2. I hate this thing. Oh, so much. Anyway, let's get into some size comparisons, shall we? Here we have him with Core Grimlock, Deluxe Blue Streak, Voyager Hauler, Leader Blitzwing, and Commander Optimus. So that was Studio Series 86 Brawn. In my opinion, just a lackluster figure. But hey, at least we have a good Brawn that can chill with the mini-bots and, hang out with the crew on the Autobot shuttle. Overall, I just don't think he's it.